everybody, so today's project is this flower bed by my front door. This is where we park a lot of the time, so we walk down this sidewalk every single day, several times a day. And this was not here when we moved in last year, but about midsummer last year I decided that I wanted to have a flower bed right here where I walk by it and enjoy the flowers every day. So I went to work on it and it was kind of a problem area. There were a lot of weeds, a lot of rock, a lot of cement, and it had some really steep slopes. It fell off here and fell off here from water coming off the roof. So it had a very big hole in the middle. So I brought in several loads of dirt and bought these pavers a few at a time. And you see I still don't have enough pavers. But I bought a few at a time, kind of framed it in, put in a few plants. My mom gave me, she cut several of her big bush plants into quarters and gave me some of them, some of the pieces. So those I enjoyed last year. They're coming up now. I don't actually remember what they are, so we're waiting till they get a little bigger to identify them. And I covered in straw last fall because I wanted to make sure that the plants that I did plant fared well, because they were from a different climate, a different humidity level, and I just didn't want them to have to deal with the ice and the snow without any protection. So I strawed it very heavily, and all winter long straw blew out of here and into the yard. So I'm going to have to come up with a better plan for that next year, because the straw thing was not a great one. But on a different note, we're going to get it all cleaned up today. I'm going to do some different stuff with the pavers, get all this straw out of here, move some dirt, and hopefully by the end of it we will have a decent looking, beautiful flower bed that's ready for plants. So we're going to get started. I'm going to show you what I'm going to change. Okay, so the first problem is that the sidewalk angles away from the house and angles out. So it doesn't run parallel to the house. So when I was putting these pavers in last year, I had to decide if I wanted it parallel to the house or the same amount from the sidewalk the whole way. And I went with the same amount from the sidewalk, which it has settled and gotten closer to the sidewalk on this side than it is over there. So not only does it not look intentional anymore, it's oblong. It's a very odd shape. It's not pleasing to the eye. It was when we first put it in, because it looked so much better than what was here. But I'm going to change it so that it is parallel with the house, which makes a little bit of a dilemma because this far tree here sticks out a lot further than the first tree. So that is one of the reasons why I decided to go with the sidewalk instead of the house, is because it made more sense to have enough room for flowers between the pavers and the second tree. But I no longer believe that. So I'm going to move all these pavers in, varying from 6 inches to about 2 feet. So that's what we're going to get started on now, and then we'll go from there. So here we are back in the front of the house, and I got this beautiful box, a box full of beautiful flowers from my mom when I was there at her place yesterday. She just chopped up some of her plants and gave them to me, and it turns out that today is really foggy and kind of rainy and really wet. But I don't want to leave them in the box too long because I want them to live, so I think they'll have a better chance in the dirt. So I'm just going to pick a couple of spots in my flower bed and put them in, and hopefully they will survive. And if they do and they're not where I want them later on, I'll just dig them up and move them. So here we go.